All right, we got a quick turnaround. We had a TigerBait live last night. We're back out here on a Thursday morning, 7:55 a.m. Another LSU football spring practice report brought to you by the Schmolke investment team. We'll talk about Bart and Brian a little bit later on. But a little small group of media here today. Everybody's in Dallas but us. But I think we saw a little bit today, and some of the drills look the same. There's a few different wrinkles. Frank Wilson getting after the running backs, some footballs on broomsticks and beating the heck out of forearms and trying to keep guys from dropping footballs.
Good morning, everybody. Thursday morning, big weekend. Of course, LSU, Tennessee over here to our left at 7 o'clock on ESPNU tonight. Lady Tigers along with the rest of the teams in Dallas. A lot of pub, a lot of great ratings, a lot of talk about women's basketball and improving that brand. And, of course, spring football out here. A couple of guys I took notice of today, Major Burns and Greg Brooks. Let's start off talking about those DBs. Obviously, Burns is a guy that's been in and out of the whirlpool. He's been injured a good bit, but he looks bigger, Mike. I think this is his year to shine. And Greg Brooks is that guy that nobody really talks about, but he's very steady. Oh, by the way, good battle going on with Sage Ryan and Javion Toviano. Both of those guys in the slot. Interesting, Zy Alexander and LaTerrence Welsh, your starting corners today. So Whit Weeks, another guy, number 40. That's Wes Weeks' brother. He's not as big as Wes, but he runs well. He's in the 215 to 220 range, number 40. He took over. You got to be comfortable in your own skin when you wear the number that Harold Perkins wore last year, Mike.
Yeah, and I got a good look at Harold Perkins this morning. He's they were running some drills where you had to release and pick off a football and take it back the other way. The way this kid moves. We all saw it last year as a freshman. The sky's the limit. Future first-round draft pick. Look, he's one of many. There's some football players on this team that I think what Jake Flint and his staff have done has been phenomenal with the way these guys look in the all-season strength and conditioning program. And there's some guys out there that are lean, and there's some guys that we thought last year that need to put on some weight. We were talking on last night's show about Jaden Daniels, that photo with him and Belichick yesterday at the pro day. And how Jaden's really starting to fill out and look the part. And you just knew it was a matter of time between the nutritional center, traditional Louisiana cuisine, that he was going to start to put on some weight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Speaking of Perkins, obviously we talk about this on almost every report. Is Greg Penn going to be consistent enough? Right now, Omar Spates, in my opinion, Mike, is going to line up next to Harold Perkins. They're fast, they're big. Spates is experienced coming over from Oregon State. Greg Penn, not to sleep on anything, looks like he's lost about 5 pounds this year. But those three guys inside, along with the Wes and his brother, number 40, who we gave a shout out to. Still thin. You had 3 running backs. Walk-on Malachi Lane, obviously Noah Kane, and Trey Holly. So Frank Wilson's got to be getting a little frustrated, not having a lot of depth to work with. Quarterbacks, there's no doubt about it. Jaden Daniels, if you saw him, he interacted with Bill Belichick quite a bit. He was throwing to the wide receivers yesterday. You can tell the upper body. This is the first time that we've seen him now. He might not have Mike Scarborough guns, but he's getting close. He looks good. He's 6'4", 205. Nuss has put on about 7 pounds of muscle, and as you alluded to on numerous shows, Ricky Collins is already in the 195 range at 6'2", so you got plenty of depth at quarterback. O-line still thin. Shout out to Kels Bush, Wes Woodward, and Bo Borderline. Those guys are on the second team offensive line. Right now, no changes. Will Campbell at left tackle, Garrett Dellinger at left guard, Marlon Martinez at center, Kimo McAnally at right guard, and Emory Jones at right tackle. We talked about it last night on this show. Emory Jones, 50, and Will Campbell, 66. They are 2 of the leaders. Even in their second year, they're already big-time leaders on this football team.
If you're enjoying this practice report, please hit that like button. Very much appreciated. If you're not a subscriber to our YouTube channel, go hit that subscribe button, notification bell. We've been growing this YouTube channel by leaps and bounds, and it's a big thanks to you guys for doing that. Watching the quarterback drills this morning, A lot of it is similar stuff that we've already seen at most practices. I will say this, Nussmeier's release is really, really quick. When he moves and he throws, he gets rid of the ball very quickly. That was something that I think was that Ricky Collins needed to work on coming out of Woodlawn High School. I think that's something that Joe Sloan's going to work on him with. Is a little bit of a windup that Ricky had throughout high school. Is that something that they can shorten up and get better at? And we'll see. I think we know he's a hell of an athlete. I think the sky is the limit for Ricky Collins. I said it on last night's show. I say it all the time. I think there's too many people that are discounting him. You got Colin Hurley coming in at midterm, and Nussmeier is the guy for this year with Jaden, and then being the guy possibly for 24, and everybody just dismisses Ricky. I think Ricky's got an opportunity to prove a lot of people wrong, and we're going to see what kind of growth he has this coming year.
Joe Sloan's doing a fantastic job of continuing to get big-time quarterback potential coming in here. And that just means we fumble. We're like LSU players. Every now we fumble a pin or have a turnover or whatever, but we're going to continue on and tell you that I did notice that this team looked a little faster this morning. Folks, they have stretched it out to 6 weeks. But today, I thought for the first time, Jancic wasn't going crazy because they are running to the football. A lot of drills with Toviano, Sage Ryan, and those DBs of hitting that dummy and making sure all of your pressure points are right where you push and then get ready to tackle. Look, you got to tackle in space in the SEC. Everybody's going to throw it in space. Everybody's going to make you come up. A lot of nickel, Mike. I'm seeing mostly 4-2-5 on this defense. Once again, Paris Shan is a name, number 94. Number 90, obviously you want to pull for Tank Gilroy. Savion Jones, we can't say it enough. This is his money year. He looks like a monster. It wouldn't shock me to see Savion Jones have 7 or 8 sacks and 7 or 8 hurries. And then Ovie Ogofu continues to run at the other defensive end and jack linebackers. So got some experience, but I was looking at the depth chart, looking at the list. It's unbelievable when you talk about the 12 or so that are hurt, and then another 10 or so that are coming in. This right now, what you're seeing in spring, folks, is about 35 to 40% missing of those guys coming in this fall. So we keep reiterating it, but if you want to come out here, make sure you got a hamburger with no ketchup, pickles, or onions, and you're going to have vanilla ice cream because whatever you see on April 22nd is going to be because of the depth.
I think we're going to find out. Of course, we're filming this right after we got out of practice. We get Brian Kelly this morning. Then we're going to find out how he's going to handle the defensive line search and coaching it the rest of the way until he gets that guy. And probably we're going to get an idea, possibly today, real shortly, about what they're actually going to do for a spring game. And so we're going to try and get those questions off to him today. So we'll have his presser up as well this morning. And of course, we're brought to you by the Schmolke investment team. And so you're overwhelmed by all the news and social media in today's world. It's hard not to know what the real facts are. It is difficult to sift through all the information at your fingertips. That's where the Schmolke investment team comes in. They will help you manage your money and make the decisions best suited for you and your family. No matter what your life situation is at the moment, getting married, starting a family, changing jobs, children going to college or retiring, they are the support you are looking for and the best investment decisions for your individual situation. When you want your money with the when you invest your money with the Schmolke investment team, you get over 40 years of investment experience to give you the confidence to make all the important decisions. Let Brian or Bart Schmolke help you plan for your future that you want. Call them at 318-448-3201. That's 318-448-3201. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA/SIPC. Right there in Alexandria. No finer people than Bart and Brian Schmolke, the father and son team.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Tireless workers, great integrity, staying on top of the market, a lot of volatility. Got some green as of late, so I know everybody's happy with that. A couple of other tidbits, Mike, when you talk about this LSU football team and where they want to go. One of the questions I'm sure will get asked to Brian Kelly early on is, what have you done since Jamar Cain has departed for the Denver Broncos? I know they've got some guys that are filling in at defensive line, but obviously That's going to be a big hire for him. Let's be honest. We all know, Mike, we've talked about it for 25 years. Got to have those big uglies on the offensive line. You got that taken care of. You got Lance Hurd and DJ Chester and Mubinga and Mason Lunford. All those guys are coming in. But you got to have some stud D tackles and rush edge rushers. And so we'll see. Jamar Cain, I thought, did a good job. But, people were expecting a few more 5-stars coming in at the D tackle spot. But I'm sure he will have that question addressed about who he's going to name, when he's going to name that coach, and if that has been a crimp in spring football. It doesn't seem like it's really affected them too much so far.
It's from what we understand, he knew for a little while that it was going to happen or could happen, and he'll act accordingly. I think this spring is what it is, with the missing bodies, guys rehabilitating after off-season surgery, and so getting a lot of classroom work done, and but boy, there's going to be an infusion of talent in June. That's for damn sure.
Hey, it's to me obvious once again the deepest position on this team right now is the wide receivers. I don't know where I saw it, but Kyron Lacey with a one-handed catch in traffic the other day. Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr., those are your first three. Obviously, you got Landon Ibieta. We hadn't talked a lot about him. He's going to get some reps. And you talk about all the guys coming in. LSU is going to go 9 or 10 deep with wide receivers. So we'll see if they can play pitch and catch. You feel like they're going to be able to protect the quarterback. You feel like they're going to be able to run the football. I said it again last night. I do think moving forward, if you want to be in the CFP, whether it's 23, 24, 25, still want to see that breakaway running back come to LSU, where every time he touches it, he can take it to the house. They've got 5 or 6 that can play. Caleb Jackson coming in the fall. Obviously, Armani Goodwin, can you get him healthy? On and on and on about the depth there. But look, you got to have running backs that make you miss and take it to the house. I think they'll address that moving forward in recruiting.
We got a full video package. It'll also be uploaded on the premium side of TigerBait.com in full 4K. Check that out. And of course, we're going to have all the coverage of the LSU Tennessee baseball series. Brian Lazar with a column up early this morning. Go check that out. Subscribe for $1. If you're an LSU fan, you'll enjoy what we've got on TigerBait.com. And we're going to have Brian Kelly right here on our YouTube channel. And so hit that subscribe button not only here, but go to TigerBait and subscribe. Again, try that $1. And if you enjoyed this practice report from the Schmolke investment team, hit that like button. Very much appreciated. Anything else you want to add?
See you on Saturday morning. We're trying to give you all the tidbits that we can, just not a lot, not even a lot of media out here. But I think the presser will give you some more answers, and we hope everybody has a great day, great weekend, as we'll be back here Saturday morning after our Saturday practice.
All right, guys. See you on the other side.